Hi everyone, coming on to do a easy card tutorial, and this is using the new Wonderful Moments stamp set. It's in the annual catalogue. Is that right? Yeah, it's in the annual. And we're using this image here and the sentiment looking forward to meeting your little miracle. And we're keeping it really simple so anyone can achieve it. Now, I have stamped out a spare one, but I'll do one on camera so you can see how easy it is to do. White cardstock. Right, so I'll put this aside. We're going to do a different colour scheme as well. This one is using mint macaron, and I have used Stampin' Blends, light Bermuda Bay and dark Bermuda Bay, and the hair is the same. If you don't have Stampin' Blends, your Stampin' Right markers will work just fine. If you don't have them, whatever markers you have. Watercolour pencils, crayons, whatever you use to colour will be fine. So I've got my Memento because I'm using an alcohol based marker. It won't bleed. My stamp is on a stamp block, so we just ink it up. Just tap it on a few times to make sure it's well covered, like so. Okay, and then we just put it straight down. Okay, and I'm just letting the ink transfer for a second. Okay, and then we just pull it straight up, and you've got a lovely stamped image. So I'm just going to clean my stamp. Whoops. Put the lid back on my ink so I don't get it everywhere. And this is the Stampin' Scrub. And what I've done here is both sides are identical. Okay, so what I do is I put a little bit of Tipex in here, or correctional fluid, so I know that when I open it, my bottom pad is my wet pad, my top pad's my dry pad. It just helps when I'm lifting it rather than having to open it and feel what's what. It just makes it easier for me. So I'm going to colour with the one that's already dry. Give it a good few minutes to dry, but rather than wait, I'll just crack on with this one. So I'm using light Highland Heather first, and I'm using the bullet tip because it just gives you a little bit more control. And don't go right up to the line because it will bleed a little anyway. And please excuse my very poor colouring. As you've probably heard on previous videos, I suffer from Bell palsy, so the sight in my right eye is quite poor at times. So what I'm going to do is now go in with the brush end just into the centre area, just to make it a little bit more uniformed. Okay, so I'm not actually going near the edges, but it'll just fill in any wee spaces that I have maybe missed. Okay. Then I've got my dark Highland heather. Okay. If it'll focus, it is. And again, I'm using the bullet tip this end here. And I'm just going to go in where I think there should be a bit of a shadow. So that on her shoulders where her hair has perhaps covered a little. Like that. Okay. It just adds a little bit of definition into it. And what I'm actually going to do is just go under her breast line as well there. There we go. Then for a skin, I have used the ivory marker. Okay. And I'm just going to go in with the brush end. And I'm just being careful though, I'm going in quite lightly. Just down there on her hands, into face, like so. And then I'm actually going to colour her hair in with this as the undertone. Okay. And the reason being is because I'm going to go in with 2 shades of crumb cake. But this will actually give it a third tone. There we go. I have got the light crumb cake and I'm going in with the bullet end. Like so. Then we'll go in with the dark crumb cake. And again with the bullet end. And we're just going to add some more tones into her hairline. Like so. Okay. So you can see that there's light and shade in her hair, which is exactly what you do have in real life. So then we have got our Highland Heather cardstock and the 2.5, no, 2.25 inch, I'll do it that way, 2.25 inch punch I'm going to use. Okay, and to get the maximum out my card, I am actually taking it from the centre, because if I want to use a matte layer, you're not going to see that. Okay, then we're going to fussy cut our lady out. Okay. And don't worry about the bottom, just go around the outer edge. And this stamp is very forgiving. It's quite a broad black outline, so you can actually go into the pen line without it being a massive issue, because once again my site is absolutely appalling and it's quite early as well, so it takes Matty a little while to wake up sometimes as well. But it doesn't stop me crafting, so I'm fine with that. Take off that excess because I don't need that on there. and you can take off any of the wee excess straggly bits of hair. It's not going to make a difference. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is actually use the bottom of my stamp and just give it a curve at the bottom so that when I go to layer it up, it fits perfectly. Okay, so you just hold it, place it inside just enough, and then punch. Okay, so that's a great tip. We'll get rid of these wee bits. We'll bring in our card base. And I will score it. So now we need our adhesive. I am using Tombow. So just add a little bit down the bottom and come up. I'm not going right up to the top in case she overlaps off the card a little bit. Okay, and then what to do is just line her up on the bottom and then press down. Okay, and that just gives you a little bit of wiggle room as well. Then we're going to add her, if you can see what I mean by the head coming over the top of it a little bit. It's absolutely fine. And then we're just going to glue that part down. And I'm just going to put it about there. Give it a good bit of pressure to make sure it's down properly. And then, oops, I've got a hair on that. Then I've got Highland Heather stamp pad. You can use your Stampin' Right markers for this if you don't have the ink pad. So we just ink it up. Make sure I've got it the right way round. And then just down onto your card. Now just give it a minute for the ink to transfer from the stamp onto your card. And then just pull straight up. And that's your card done. Now, if you feel like that was easy, I want to step it up a bit. You could add some of the Wink of Stella to her dress. That would give it a wee bit of sparkle. You could use our new shimmer paints. They would add a lovely perlization to it. You could add some rhinestones just dotted about, but I wanted to keep it nice and simple so that you can see they are achievable by anyone. Okay, so I hope you have a wee go with it. It's a gorgeous set. Let's find it again. It's here. That's Wonderful Moments, and we've got the bride and we've got the lady who can then be holding her balloons, bouquet of flowers, or the bag. We've got some confetti, and there's just some nice sentiments. I mean, for the baby I used the Little Miracle, but you could have Dream Come True. A lot of females don't find it easy to get pregnant. It is very difficult sometimes, so that would be really nice. I mean, that could be another one if, for instance, if maybe your sister's expecting, and when you get to like the the last month or so you really do feel a bit sluggish and just you want it to be over. So that would be nice. Maybe I'll be your up when you're feeling down, just to make sure that they know they're not on their own and that you will be a support for them. So I hope that's gave you some ideas. And go and have a wee play with it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.